Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Marvel Plus Podcast, a show where we talk the shows on Disney Plus and how they connect to the MCU. My name is Bret, aka Enigma 9011, and you can catch this podcast whenever the series drop, usually the Sunday after we talk about that episode that dropped that week. Go over a recap of the story, see what happened, talk about theories, all of that fun stuff. So you can check it live over on twitch.tv/Enigma9011. If you'd like to, you can drop a follow, and you'll be notified when all the streams and podcasts are live over there. But if you can't catch it live, that's A-OK. You can catch this very podcast over on YouTube at Enigma9011 the following Monday after recording. So you can check it out over there. Give it a watch, give it a listen, all that fun stuff. Today, we're back with a new series. We're talking about Secret Invasion Episode 1, titled Resurrection. Now, those of you who have been fan of the comics for a while, you know Secret Invasion was a pretty big storyline in the comics, but things went quite differently in there. As you can see by this cover, if you're watching the video version, we had to deal with our heroes being Skrulls, and boy howdy was it tense, and this series is definitely going to be tense. Look at them all fighting each other in there. That doesn't look good. Also a cattail. That doesn't look great either. Very tense situation, and this series is going to be very similar as we see in this first episode. So I'm not going to claim to be an expert on the Secret Invasion storyline. I am not. I read it a while ago. I don't remember much of it, if I'm being honest. And I think the same is going to be said about our friend Nick Fury and the Skrulls in the MCU. I feel like we haven't seen these guys in forever, and I think that's kind of meant to be the point, so there's a lot of mystery surrounding these characters. So, to recap, what's been going on with Fury, what's been going on with the Skrulls in the MCU, where did we leave off with them? So, Skrulls got introduced in Captain Marvel's movie. So, boy, I don't know time period. It's like the 80s or 90s, I would say. We're dealing with them. Some of them are friendly, or become friendly, rather. And Fury kind of builds a friendship with some of them. Talos is the main one, and then, I guess, his family. But in the end, Captain Marvel and Fury kind of are going to lend their support to the Skrulls, help to find a new home as something is going on with theirs. Hence why they are aggressive at the beginning of that movie, if I recall correctly. Like I said, it's been a while, as Nickelback said. So, details could be a little fuzzy there. Last we saw Fury, if I'm not mistaken, was Iron Man's funeral at the end of Endgame. Now, we may have picked up and learned on in this episode that that wasn't Fury at the funeral. We know he got blipped out of existence. Far From Home, we saw him in space. I think that was the last time we may have saw Fury. We saw him in space in Saber, because the Fury in Far From Home, when Spider-Man was dealing with all the stuff with Mysterio, was revealed to be Talos. So it's really confusing of when he went to the space station. You know, now thinking about how I just said, oh, that might not have been Fury at the funeral. It might have been. Maybe he zooped up to space after that, and is focusing on that project after the blip, after the Thanos snap, and just on to that project, as we learned in this episode. Also, that's kind of affected him quite a bit, which I can understand. 5 years of your life just whoop gone like that, and a big cosmic threat that he was trying to prevent, or protect this planet. Yeah, so roughly that's where we left off with these characters. I believe we've seen Maria Hill quickly. I don't remember if it was Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I feel like she's popped up here or there just to make an appearance. And as we'll start in this episode, Agent Ross. We've seen him, but we know he is currently with the Wakandans, as he was in trouble himself. He was being arrested, and then he was saved by Okoye to be brought to Wakanda as kind of like a refuge. So, we open with Agent Ross in Moscow. He is getting a backstory from a different agent of this potential alien attack from the Skrulls, and how they could possibly be linked to these terrorist attacks that are kind of chain reacting, Argentina to Colombia, Colombia attacking somewhere else, and causing, chaos around. And he calls out that the scrolls have been around for 30 years, and, they could, because they're shape-shifting abilities, there could be tens of thousands on planet Earth that we have no idea that are unaccounted for. And they're angry. They were promised help to find a new planet, but haven't gotten that assistance, and now they want ours. So he's trying to, Agent Prescott, I believe is the guy's name, if I haven't said it already. He's trying to get help. He's asking Ross for help, and Ross has only had limited contact with Fury, and how Fury is on Saber, the big giant space base. And he needs more evidence in order to contact him. So Prescott shows him the big plans that he has kind of revealed or gathered about the scrolls, this big attack, and hands Ross this tablet with the information. Ross says okay, sees the big attack coming, and says he'll pass on this information. And when he's doing this, Prescott kind of gets a little bit of a suspicion, and he decides, okay, I'm going to tackle Ross. And tackles Ross and chokes him out with a cord, which I thought maybe he was just panicking, overreacting, really making sure this was Ross, which good thing he did, because it wasn't actually Ross. Spoiler alert. Ross will shoot him to save himself, so we thought, oh, maybe Prescott's the bad one here. Ross is going to leave. He's followed by someone. This leads to a whole big foot chase. We'll see Maria Hill kind of responding to an extraction request by Ross. Turns out that this person who is chasing is Talos. This Ross turns out to be a Skrull after failing a building jump and falling to his death, kind of. And we pick up there. So yeah, oof, we already got infiltration here. So after that, we get the little AI opening, which I know is very controversial. The AI art and all that stuff. We see a spaceship dropping Fury home. So this is the first time he's been on Earth in some time. No eye patch. Apparently has some knee issues now. Kind of seems like he's aged a lot in a short amount of time. And Maria's picking him up for this. The whole group kind of catches up. He hasn't seen Talos in a while, it seems. And Talos kind of fills him in on his backstory. How, Fury's been very different after the blip. Fury disappeared in terms of the Skrull communications. Didn't really help. Danvers disappeared in terms of her space journeys and helping other people. Apparently his daughter left. Apparently his wife passed away. And Talos was kicked off of some Skrull council that they had as their governing body or whatever. He got kicked off of it. And a new member has taken his place known as Kravik. And Kravik seems to be this kind of resistance, rebellious leader or influence to kind of make the Skrulls a little bit more aggressive and trying to find, or rather take Earth as their new home. And it seems like this big attack that they're going to be prepping for, or rather trying to instigate, is going to be this US-Russia war. They're going to try something there. Everybody's going to get wiped out because of it, because yippee, big weapons. And then the Skrulls will just mosey on in. We see a very quick cutaway to War Machine, kind of filling in the president that Fury left Saber, and how Fury and Hill have not responded to anything, so they're AWOL. So we'll see Rhodey at some point in this series obviously get involved in this. I'm curious if the president or if Rhodey in some way are Skrull related. Obviously with this show, everybody's going to be kind of on high alert and question marks of who's really who. Is this who they actually are? It's going to be a fun and stressful ride for sure. So after learning all the information Fury has, he kind of got frustrated and decides to go out for a walk at night in Moscow. And he kind of gets picked up by this woman who, as far as I know, we have no history with. This is a completely new character. A character named Sonia. I think I have her last name later on. At first, I thought maybe it was the daughter that had left, but it turns out it is not. It's some just other, I don't know if it's MI6 or some other secret group that is also on this case, but they're taking a little bit more of a, even more, I guess, aggressive approach towards the Skrulls, or a little bit more malicious, it seems, or at least by Fury's words. So yeah, we get a little bit information from her about a weapon heist. Fury's going to plant a camera in there to get some more intel from them as he eventually leaves. But the big thing here is, once again, it's brought up that Fury has changed after Thanos. The Thanos snap changed him, and there's always someone stronger to undermine you. Something like that, along those lines she mentions. We're going to cut away, and we're going to kind of see a little bit of a glimpse of what the Skrulls are doing on Earth and their base. We learned that they are immune to radioactivity, so they are kind of taking refuge in abandoned nuclear facilities in Russia. And we will see the Skrull base here. We get the introduction of Emilia Clarke's character, who we don't know who that is at this time. And we see a bunch of new Skrulls in their new area called New Skrullis. Yes, I know, that's goofy. But apparently they grow Skrull produce and goods there. They're 500 strong right now. It's just a refugee camp. Everyone stays in that camp unless they're part of the resistance, when then they can freely leave. And obviously help out with the activities that they're doing. Also during this time, we're going to see how they are going about their operations. They have captured some people. The Skrulls will seemingly take their identities. They'll copy them, the shape-shifting ability, which we've known about. And then, I'm not sure if they ever covered this before, at least in the cinematic universe, but it seems like they take their memories from them, so at least obviously they have a strong background of the character and they can blend in well. And we see a new recruit take upon his persona and identity, or rather new identity. So yeah, more stuff with Sonya and the spying. Back to the Skrull base, we go to Kravik. He's informed about Fury and his involvement and how he's around. And we learn that Emilia Clarke's character, pretty sure that's her name, I should have probably looked that up. She is being tasked with making a delivery, or rather picking up something from a dealer. And Fury and Talos pick up on this, and they're going to try and apprehend her. She goes through with the deal. They go to the dealer and deal with him. Turns out the dealer was also a Skrull, and it turns out the packages that Emilia Clarke's character was getting was the bombs for the attack. Talos attempts to fight it out with the Skrull. Unfortunately, gets the losing hand. The other Skrull gets the upper hand. Fury helps him out by shooting him. Talos not super happy about that, as he said he would handle it. Maria picks up on Clarke's character as she's leaving, pursues her on foot, but Clarke picks up on that, and the two will get into a fight. She will take out Maria and then run from there. But Talos luckily catches up to her, and we get the reveal that Clarke's character is revealed to be his daughter, named Gaia. So we have her here. He reveals that the mom passed. She had no idea about this and seems very perturbed. And Talos mentions, ask who you work for about what happened to your mother, because apparently they were involved. We're going to get a quick little side backstory moment between Maria Hill and Fury here, as Fury's going to enter a pub, and the two are going to share a quick chess game and some drinks, and we learn that this is kind of a moment for them to both kind of really tell each other the truth about what's going on, and it seems that Fury is not fully telling the truth, and Maria's not super happy about that, he used to be always 3 steps ahead in situations, and like he's not acting himself, and there's no shame in walking away. They talked about this a while ago, and Hill does not think he's ready, and because of that, she thinks someone's going to get hurt in this situation. And once again, we'll see Fury kind of dealing with this. He's going to get a little bit of a flashback to when he dusted and the snap occurred, and it's clearly bothering him. Skrulls know that the bombs are now in their possession, so hey, great. But Gaia is going to tell one of the newer recruits that there was an attacker. He says not to worry about it. We're just going to move forward with the plan. It all starts tomorrow, and then everything is in motion. As we head into our finale, we're going to see that Gaia is going to meet up with Talos, so she's kind of conflicted in what's going on. Informs him of the attack tomorrow, how she's going to deliver the bombs, hand them off to some people in backpacks. The backpacks are going to be labeled with infrared, and, you know, they're going to try and fulfill this plan tomorrow. Talos shares the news with Fury. Fury obviously is happy about Talos' involvement in this and the successful stuff there. So we go to the next day with the supposed attack. They pick up on Clark. They find the spray. Apparently glasses hide everybody's identity. That's a joke. I understand they needed the glasses to see the infrared stuff. I just thought it was funny. They're all wearing these big giant glasses, thinking they're hidden and all that stuff. As every superhero movie shows, the hat and glasses keeps your identity secret. Who knows? So they follow Clark's character. They see where she's going, but unfortunately they miss the passing of the backpacks to whoever has them. They're going to pick up on it quickly, and they notice they're going in 2 different directions. Talos and Maria Hill follow one. Fury's going to follow the other, and they're heading into some big fair or celebration. As Fury is pursuing, he's going to run into a little girl that he ran into earlier when Sonya picked up on him. And he kind of follows her. He follows her, and this is revealed to be a Skrull. The little girl transforms into an older gentleman that he ran into the bar that kind of called him out before talking to Maria. Then that older gentleman turns into a woman who was making out on a bench with someone prior to getting him captured. And then finally that woman is going to turn into Kravik himself. While this is going on, Hill and Talos recover the backpacks, but they are unfortunately decoys. Kravik is going to pull out a trigger and blows the bombs and destroys part of the celebration and fair, causing a panic. Kravik's going to leave the crowd in the panic, and Fury obviously very, not spooked, maybe that's not the right word, but distraught about the situation, looking around, seeing the chaos. We're going to see Hill meet back up with Fury. Fury does a little wave and shoots Maria in the chest. And we're like, what's going on? Turns out that Fury and Fury, 2 Furies, see each other. One smirks, bomb goes off in the background. Second Fury is revealed to be Kravik, big surprise. And original Fury runs up to Maria and she dies. Allegedly. We'll find out. So yikes. Not leaving this in the greatest of spots, as the episode will end here. No post credits here. Usually the series has been kind of going away from those. We did get a special guest star credit for Colby Smulders, Jesus, Maria Hill's actress. So potentially, yeah, this is legit and she is dead. And if so, yeah, that's very unfortunate. They definitely turned up the dial at the end of this last episode, or the first episode rather, and showing the severity of the situation and the tenseness that we're going to be kind of dealing with this whole series. It's going to be rough. Who do we trust? Who really is themselves? And how are we going to tackle this threat that is super strong, that has the shape-shifting ability, that lives super long? It seems like bullets take care of them, so at least there's that. Hey, a plus. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Our team went from 3 to now 2, with only Talos and Fury really being a part of this. Yeah, time will tell. I'm not sure what the Sonya relationship is. I thought they were kind of working on the same case, but it seems now, at least with the ending there, I don't know, you could, because you see two of those characters, like I said, the little girl and then the woman who was making out on the bench, you see both of them prior to Fury getting captured. So does that allude to, like, oh, Kravik and Sonya are working together, that he was keeping an eye on her? I'm not sure. That could have just been circumstance of maybe he's also copied those individuals. Obviously, he had the old man at the bar. Is he, like, always around? Or has he always been around? We'll have to see. And yeah, as far as I know, this is also our first introduction to Kravik, so I don't think he has any backstory history with the Captain Marvel movie and Fury, as far as I know. We'll have to see how that relationship grows and how that tenseness picks up. But yeah, they've triggered another attack like they wanted to. It's a big one. And yeah, we'll have to see how things play out in the big scope of things in terms of severity. Because yeah, that's a big scary thing. So yeah, I enjoyed the first episode. Nothing super great, but I do enjoy the seeds that we are planting with, obviously, once again, the mystery elements of it. I'm curious to see if and when Gaia does flip over to the good guy side. Was her little interaction with Talos here meant to be a fake story about the decoy backpacks? Seems like it. I feel like you would kind of realize that if you're carrying the backpack that there's nothing in it. So that's not super great if she still decides to stay on this side. And then, yeah, we'll have to watch out for the War Machine stuff and see if and how much he comes into play. If he's also a fake, if somehow the President is a fake. I don't remember if in the actual comics, if that happened. That might have been the plan, to put the President and as a fake. But I could also be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed Secret Invasion Episode 1. Like, new episodes are dropping on Wednesday, so we'll be continuing to talk the series as it moves along. I don't know how many episodes there are in this series, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see how things go from here. Let's see. Maria Hill's always been a strong character. For her to die like that was wrong. I don't know about strong character. I mean, like, she did fine for herself, but she's been one of those characters that's been kind of in and out. Didn't get a lot of focus around her. Like, we got introduced to her in Avengers 1. She pops up quick in Avengers 2. For, like, the party scene in Avengers Tower. She's in Winter Soldier. That was probably the most we got out of her. See her at the funeral for Iron Man. We see her in Far From Home, but I thought also she was a Skrull, revealed to be a Skrull in that. Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. She's always been kind of the support character, so I mean, strong, I guess, but, like, I think that's supposed to build on the tenseness of the situation. Like, hey, this is someone I'm supposed to know. And then, pow, the guard's down, and, oh, I'm dead. Like, I don't know. She was specifically shot in the stomach. It seemed like there was a lot of blood, so no protective guard. And Fury kind of left right away, and she's kind of left in this courtyard, so I don't know if anybody's taking care of her. She could still be alive. It could just be one of those cliffhanger endings of, like, oh my god, like, we think she's dead, and then the next episode she's fine or recovering or whatever. I mean, granted, look at either the comics or the movies. How many times have people died and then things have happened for them? I think the only people who have been left dead, in terms of heroes, Quicksilver's been dead, and then... oh boy, I feel like there's one more, but I'm blanking hard. I guess you could say Black Widow. Yeah, I don't know. But, like, Loki came back. Granted, it's a different version of Loki. Vision came back. Granted, he's doing an existential crisis and has a new body and all that stuff. And is kind of a formation of Wanda's magic. There's that. You had all the blip people. Obviously, they came back. Panther's a different story, but, you know, he's gone. Yes, Tony's gone too. That is true, but he had a good run. Yeah, that is true. You know, there's more, there's less case of the people who have died than something's happened and they're back. Like Fury died in Winter Soldier, but oh no, I took this medicine that slowed my heart rate to like a beat every 3 minutes or some shit like that. Like, we've done this little loop-de-loop before where people are dead and then not dead. We'll have to see. So yeah, there's Secret Invasion. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below if you're watching this over on YouTube. And yeah, feel free to join us over on Twitch, because this has been another episode of Marvel Plus. My name's Bret, aka Enigma911. If you want to join in on the conversation live, talk about the episode, talk about your thoughts, all that fun stuff, you can go over to twitch.tv/Enigma911. We'll be live the Sunday after episodes drop. You can drop a follow over there. You'll get notified when we go live with the streams, with the podcast, whatever it might be. You can join in on the fun over there. But if you can't catch it live, that's A-OK, and keep it tuned. Keep it tuned right here to YouTube. Our episodes will drop the following Monday after recording. You can watch it whenever you want, whether you're watching live, whether you're watching a year from now. Who knows? Let us know what you thought of the series and all the MCU fun stuff. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for giving a watch, giving a listen, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.